I don't know if you guys remember, but I reviewed the original Armani Luminous Silk about 10 years ago, back in 2016, and I pretty much hated it. It's not one of my favorite foundations. It never has been. I find this to be a perfectly average foundation. For the price of $64, I don't think it's anything to get excited about. It can look good for a very short period of time, but in general, I did not love it. There were lots and lots of skin flakes. It was very spotty looking. It was settled into wrinkles on my forehead where no foundation ever settles, and I felt that it was drying to wear throughout the day, and my skin looked drier up close and oilier from a distance. You know, people are upset about the reformulation because, you know, it was their Holy Grail foundation and now it's different, but for me, it was never a good foundation that I loved. I'm really hoping that it's improved and that I'll like it a lot better and that it will wear better and not be so shiny at the end of the day, but we'll see. I have it on right now. If you're new here, hi, I'm Angie. I do foundation reviews for mature skin. I'm 63. I have sun damage, wrinkles, enlarged pores, sagging skin, discolorations, things that I want a foundation to cover up, but I also like a foundation that is natural looking and skin-like. I'll show it to you in natural light as well as here in the studio lights. It is not a sunny day out. It's super overcast, so we won't be getting a sunshine test on it. And of course, I'll wear it all day. We'll have a 5-hour and a 10-hour check-in on it, so stay tuned for that. So if you enjoy a thorough foundation review, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. According to the website, this is a silky, non-comedogenic liquid foundation that blurs and smooths the skin, provides 24 hours wear, plus hydration, medium coverage, and a natural glow finish. It's $69 for the full 1 ounce size. They also do have a mini size at Sephora. The mini is $48 for 0.6 ounces. And both sizes come in 44 shades. I picked up the shade 5.3. It's a water and silicone base. It does have SD alcohol in the 7th position. It also does have glycerin prior to the alcohol and sorbitol, both of which are hydrating. They have niacinamide called out as the main hero ingredient. Say it's clinically shown to improve the look of skin tone, texture, and luminosity after 14 days, but it's way down on the ingredient list. It's probably way lower than 1% in the formula. I do have it in my skincare at a good percentage, so I don't need to be getting it from other places, is my thing about makeup trying to be skincare. My skincare is my skincare. My makeup is my makeup. My makeup doesn't need to have skincare in it. It's not getting through my sunscreen to get the skincare into my skin. You know, I like dedicated skincare, makeup separate. So let's go back in time about 10 minutes to when I was applying it. All right, let's go ahead and apply the Armani Luminous Silk. This is the new version, just reformulated. I have it in the shade 5.3. This is the perfect natural glow foundation. I'm gonna apply it with my BK 109 brush today. On my skin, I've got my Angie's Actives All-In Vitamin C and Lactic Acid Serum, followed by my Angie's Actives Activate Lotion, and then I top that off with my sunscreen for today, which is Healthy Skin Labs Protect SPF 50 Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. Already done my eyeshadow, so let's just get going with the rest of the face makeup. Let me put one pump out here on the back of my hand. We'll see how far we can get with that. Definitely has a fragrance, you know, like all high-end foundations. They have their signature fragrance, so it is kind of perfumey, which, you know, I don't love. So here's the foundation on one side of my face. I'd say the color match is okay. It's a little bit on the sallow side for me. I'm a little bit pinker normally. I did purchase the next shade, which is 5.5. I wore that the other day. It is much pinker, but it's a little bit darker, and I felt like it was just too dark for me. So, all right, let's go ahead and even this up on the other side of my face. Looks like I'm gonna need just a little bit more. It doesn't look, you know, 100% like natural and skin-like. It definitely looks like makeup sitting on the surface of my skin. I'm not sure it builds up super well, and it seems to be like a little uneven and a little bit splotchy, but once I get the rest of my makeup on, you won't be able to see any of that. As always, the rest of my makeup that I'm wearing and everything else will be linked in the description box below the video, but just to run down what I have on my face quickly in case anyone is curious. For the eyeshadow today, I used the new Rare Beauty eyeshadow palette. Really like it, blends beautifully, hardly any fallout, very nice. Mascara is L'Oreal Extensionist. The concealer I used is my usual Holy Grail Lancome Tint Idole. Bronzer is Rare Beauty Bronze Stick in Happy Soul. Blush is Say Super Suede Blush in Bella. Highlighter is Say Starglow Highlighter. And setting powder is Tarte Smooth Operator. Brows are RMS Back to Brow Pencil in Light. And on the lips, I have the MAC Lip Glazer Glossy Liner in Velvet Teddy and MAC Cream Lipstick in Modesty. All right, so I've got it on now. I've had it on for about 10 minutes while I finished up the rest of my makeup and filmed the intro. And what do I think of it right now? I think it looks really nice. It is settling in wrinkles already though, especially in here, my smile lines where I usually get settling in the wrinkles, but it's also settled like up here a little bit higher where I usually don't ever get any settling with any foundation. So that's a little worrisome. Let me show you the Armani up close and personal. You can take a look at it. I don't think it is the most beautiful or the most natural skin-like foundation I've ever worn. I think it's okay. I think it looks fine. I'll be happy to wear it throughout the day. And then we'll go ahead and do the natural window light test. I'll be back for the 5-hour check-in and the 10-hour check-in. I don't know if in the close-ups you noticed that this eye had creasing in the concealer and this eye didn't. Well, that's because I tried this new Essence Jelly Grip Concealer Primer under one eye, but not the other. And guess what? It's not the one you're thinking. It's the one that has all the wrinkles. Put it under this eye and oh my gosh, it's so creased. So little mini review on that. This eye looks terrible compared to this eye. What the heck, Essence? Here's the new Armani Luminous Silk in Natural Window Light. All right, hey you guys, I'm back. It's time for the 5-hour check-in on the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. From here, I think it looks fine. Like it's not doing the same things that it did 10 years ago when I tried it, which was to get really like super shiny in my T-zone and make me look kind of oily and greasy, but it's settled into wrinkles and it's really like breaking up on the surface in these parts in like the nasolabial folds. It seems to be pretty worn off here on my chin and starting to wear off on my forehead already. For something that claims 24 hours of wear, we're 5 hours in and it's already starting to break up and not look great. I have worn it 2 other times. Both times I used different skincare. I used different sunscreens. I used a chemical sunscreen one day, my Haru Haru Wonder. It looked even worse at 5 hours over that sunscreen. That one I don't love under makeup. I feel like it makes makeup settle into my wrinkles more. I feel like it makes my makeup wear off a little bit faster than when I do my prep with my skincare and the Healthy Skin Labs Protect sunscreen, the mineral tinted. It is time for the 10-hour check-in. It's 10 p.m. I gotta say, based on what I'm seeing now, like it's not terrible for 10 hours. I've seen foundations that are much, much more worn off than this after 10 hours. There's not anything like super wrong with it, but there's not anything really right with it. It was wearing off pretty early on at the 5-hour mark, but it hasn't really gotten super worn off since then. So I'd say the place it's most worn off is here on my chin. I did put concealer on my nose, so this is where the foundation is off here on the sides, and it's definitely pretty worn off like on the edges of my nostrils. Looking a little dry and scaly right around this part. It has gotten a little bit shinier throughout the day, so I can see it's like a little shiny in through here and upper lip and here where I had powdered it earlier. That shine is coming through now. You can see like this is where the foundation was and it's kind of worn off there and there, but here's what I mean. It's just like a kind of crusty in there. And then right in here, just a little mottled and broken up. Chin is very worn off. I think there's none left on there. Same on this side, just a little like crusty by the side of my nose there. A little weird here. Kind of made me feel like my upper lip wrinkles were a little accentuated today. I just didn't like how it looked all day. It's certainly not going to be like a holy grail for me. Like it's like a solid medium. So that's it. Nighty night. I'll see you tomorrow. I feel like there are better foundations that just wear better, aren't as worn off, aren't as broken up in here, aren't as settled into wrinkles. Kind of bummed about it, but if you're a mature person and you were watching this because you're looking for a great foundation, let me recommend some of my favorites. One of my new favorites is the Clinique Vitamin Makeup. It's one of the most natural looking foundations I think I've ever tried. The coverage is so light, but yet it covers up what you want to cover, doesn't settle into your wrinkles too much, lasts pretty well throughout the day, didn't get shiny, shade matches really nice. Highly recommend that one. One that is more of a skin tint is the Say Slip Tint. This is just beautiful. I wear this whenever I want to feel like perfect. And it has a really luminous finish, which is so weird for me because I usually don't like a luminous finish because it makes me feel like oily, but the luminosity with the Say is so beautiful and it's just like blurring and reflects light in such a beautiful way. This is gorgeous. I love it. This is probably my most worn foundation. Two from the drugstore that I also love are the Maybelline Superstay 30-Hour Foundation. This one is truly long wearing. If you need to get 10, 15 hours out of your foundation, this one will give it to you flawlessly. It is full coverage, but you can put it on a little bit sheer and it looks beautiful on the skin, doesn't accentuate wrinkles, easy to match shade range. And then a newer one is the NYX Make 'em Wonder Foundation. This is really good. I have heard from people that it is very difficult to get a shade match. The first one I tried it in was 16 beige or neutral or something. It wasn't neutral or beige. It was much more warm and orangey. So I switched to 15 buff and this is a much better shade match for me. So you might have to play around with the shades a little bit to find a shade match, but it's a really good foundation, very full coverage, but stays in place really well, doesn't get shiny later in the day, doesn't break up on the surface. There's 4 foundations for you that you could try if you're looking for something for your mature skin. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.